it's amazing that they think about the blessings that they find in each day amidst the poverty that they have in their lives.
Greatest need right now is to help in the evangelization, the health care, and the promotion of women.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hello.
Worked with kids in school, being a teacher, and here they are the teacher and I'm the student.
The people here are just so loving, so warm with us as visitors, and I think that the interaction with the folks here is really what keeps me coming back.
I think that's something that no one can purchase. It's not for sale, but it's here, and it's a gift of God.
As Christians, we are called to spread and defend our faith. Since the Jubilee year 2000, the Fall River Diocese has been committed to share our resources with the Church in Honduras. In January 2005, a group from Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish in Seekonk, Massachusetts, traveled to the mission.
To our destination in safety. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
And so begins our story about a place called Guaimaca. Many months of planning and the gathering of supplies is required in order for a trip like this to take place. The suitcases are filled with baby formula, oatmeal, medical supplies, and clothing. All collected over the course of time, all collected through the efforts of many volunteers. Honduras is the second largest country in Central America. It is a country with great needs. 66% of the population live in extreme poverty. For some, they have no electricity, no running water, and their food supply is inadequate to sustain a healthy life. Approximately 25,000 children suffer from chronic malnutrition. 36 out of every 1,000 children die from dysentery each year, usually related to contaminated water. In the area of education, 1/5 of the population cannot read or write. And as you can probably guess, unemployment is extremely high. These are staggering statistics. At the heart of the mission in Guaimaca is the parish of St. Rose of Lima Church. Located in the center of town, the church is within walking distance for most parishioners. Celebrating Mass in Guaimaca is quite extraordinary. The people and the culture are so expressive with their love, visitors are welcomed with more than mere handshakes. Father Paul Canuel, a priest with the Diocese of Fall River, has been with the mission since its inception.
One of the important aspects of the mission when Bishop O'Malley founded the mission and asked us to come here was not only to give, to help the church in Honduras and to take the two parishes of Guaimaca and Orica and to help the people here. It was also to be able to receive from the diocese groups of people from parishes, from universities, from different aspects. We're hoping to get the deacons and their wives down here to bring them down to the mission, to give them an experience of the third world and of what it means to be mission. And so that they coming here and experiencing the richness of the faith, the richness of this culture, would be return missionaries. Everyone that has come has gone back, I think, with a new vision of what church should be. Padre, Hijo, Espíritu Santo, descienda sobre nosotros. When Jesus tells us to go out and to become missionaries, to baptize people, to do this in memory of Him, He's talking about living His life in every situation, and especially with the most humble, the most simple of people throughout the world. People are welcoming, and the first thing they want to do is give you an embrace, a handshake, a kiss, and to welcome you to their church, to their town, to their family. The barriers between languages and cultures are broken down, and we begin to see what it means to be just simply sons and daughters of God.
Dan Redgate, a native from Massachusetts, has given much of his time in his retirement years to serve in Guaimaca. One incredible service he performs is that of bringing Holy Communion to the sick and visiting with the poor.
The work that is being done here at the mission is just something that I've probably been looking for all my life and didn't find it till I finally got here. And working with the nuns and with Father Paul, it's just taken me out of sitting in my backyard watching the grass grow. I'm not that type of person. And the experience of meeting some of these people is just awesome. It's given me a new life. As you notice, those elderly people, how much they look forward to when we walk in the door to bring communion. And I think that is 90% of what keeps them going. That they don't live for Christ on Sunday. They live for Christ 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Cuerpo de Cristo. It was very family oriented, and you'll see the great respect that the smallest of them have for the elderly, and they're always at their beck and call. And it's not because it's a thing to do, I think it's mainly because of love. They really love one another. This is my girl. We had a girl arrive at Guaimaca, which is an orphanage, and she arrived with a mother and a sister, and the mother was very, very sick, and a very young woman. She was probably 30 years old or less. And Danya was the oldest girl, and she was very shy, and just before Christmas they arrived. Well, they had nothing. They just came with the clothes on their back. And Danya, they had a party, more or less, for the orphans. And she had one of these little knitted stocking hats. And I gave her an apple and some candy. And she turned around, and her only Christmas gift, she gave to me. That's the Hondurans. Que nada puedes cambiar, lucha por un mundo nuevo, lucha por la verdad.
From the very old to the very young, the love of Christ abounds. One very beautiful program we were fortunate to participate in while in Guaimaca is that of the youth missionaries. This is a group that Sister Carmen is working with that teaches youth to teach younger youth, which in turn teaches the adults all about the messages of Jesus Christ. This young lady, just 13 years of age, gathers a group of about 12 young children at a neighbor's home on Saturday mornings and teaches the gospel messages.
Whatsoever you do to the least of my children, that you do.
I went to the school in Fall River, to Peter and Paul School, because those children, what they was giving to me, the avena, the oatmeal. And then I went this time to thank them. They sent in a lot of oatmeal.
When I was hungry, you gave me to eat.
Nice.
When I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. Now enter into the home of my Father.
Each morning, Sister Lucia, a member of the mission team in Guaimaca, prepares a nutritious hot drink of oatmeal, milk, and sugar, and serves it to the mothers and their children waiting in the clinic.
Whatsoever you do to the least of my children, that you do unto me.
Around the corner from the church is the parish center, and across from that is the clinic. Established by Sister Maria Ceballos as a place for the sick, many of the very poor come down from the mountains to visit the clinic, sometimes not knowing how they'll return. A day's journey by bus, no food in their bellies, and no coins in their pockets, they come seeking help. Babies with distended bellies and some gasping for air are just a few of the common illnesses that are plagued by the Hondurans.
Because he says he's got a stomach ache, he's got no diarrhea, he's not throwing up. So therefore, unless he's actually seen the parasites in his stool, then there's ask him please if he's seen the parasites in his stool. Yes. Oh, he has seen them, but his stomach hurts, but he's got no other symptoms. So we're just going to have to go on what he's given us so far. No diarrhea.
I've just spent a week at the clinic taking care of the people in Guaimaca. So much of what I see is preventable disease, such as contaminated water with parasites, colds because they don't have any sweaters, coughs because they basically breathe in a lot of the smoke and the dust in the area. All in all, much of what's here could be corrected with simple hygiene and with simple solutions.
Sister Maria Ceballos, a member of the mission team, understands that education is the key to solving many of the problems that plague our brothers and sisters in Honduras.
I'm Sister Maria Ceballos, and I have been here in the mission 3 years and a half now. And it is a very special joy for me because many of you here have come already since I've been here. So the mission is really that communion, that solidarity that we continue experiencing day after day, very providential. I keep seeing that more and more. And so I think I've been called many times a dreamer, and I keep dreaming because things just keep unfolding, and it's thanks to all your support.
So when Sister Maria first had her dream of creating a center for girls to come here and live so they could continue their education, the church had this piece of property which was nothing but a garbage dump with a tiny little rundown building on it. Today you can see how much building has taken place.
Phase 1 of the Marie Pouspon Center for the Promotion of Women began with a sewing center, a place where abandoned women and single mothers are learning skills which will improve their lives and the lives of their children. Phase 2 of the Marie Pouspon Center opened in February 2005. It is called the Internado, which in Spanish means boarding school. But this internado in Guaimaca is so much more. It is a residence where young girls are able to live and study in a safe environment while they attend public high school in Guaimaca. The director of the internado, Sister Carmen Adela, lives at the center with the girls. Through her guidance and nurturing, these young girls are growing in self-esteem and bonding as a family. When the second floor is completed, the center will house up to 40 young girls. It is only through the generous contributions of so many diocesan volunteers that this internado has become a reality. One of these volunteers is Bill Carney, who's been to the mission several times.
The reason that I wanted to come originally was that I was at work at a seminar, and we all had to tell where our last vacation was. And one of the fellows at the seminar mentioned that he has a different kind of vacation every year. As he takes 2 weeks and goes to Haiti and helps build houses. So I was really impressed by that. It's important to help out other people that may be thousands of miles away, but this is what Jesus asked us to do, is to help our brother and to help whoever is our neighbor, and certainly these folks are our neighbors here. So it's just a wonderful, rewarding feeling to do it. I've had vacations before, but this is a different kind of vacation, and you really, give of yourself, and you feel when you leave, there's a part of yourself that you leave down there in Guaimaca, and always remember it, and obviously when people have asked me to go again, I've said yes, because I just love coming down here. So it's been a great experience, and I encourage anybody anybody can help too, because we never have plans when we come down here. Every day's a little different, but there's always things to do for everybody, and Father Paul has always encouraged us to connect with the folks down here as our brothers and sisters, and it's just a wonderful way to do that. Even though we may not speak much Spanish, we can communicate and do as much as we can for the folks here. So it's a wonderful experience, and I would encourage everyone, even those who have never been to a third world country like myself, come on down, and you'll never forget it. You'll never forget the experience, and I know that it'll help you both, in doing things, and it's also a wonderful spiritual experience because we stay at the church, and the chapel is there, and Mass every day, and it's always been a quiet spiritual time as well because we have that time. So.
One of the other projects that Sister Maria has established in Guaimaca is the Farmers Cooperative.
The co-op originally started with the idea, how can we fight malnutrition? How can we get the farmers to bring the bananas, the oranges, whatever they have in the farms that maybe go to waste, but they don't have the means to bring it down and to market it around here. So we started thinking, okay, how about we start a little co-op, getting organized.
Individually, the farmers in Honduras struggle to make a living. But collectively, it is the hope that these farmers will be able to diversify and distribute their products efficiently and with a profit. Some of the missionaries that have traveled to Honduras have been successful businessmen and women. And while in Guaimaca, they find themselves interacting with this co-op by sharing knowledge and helping to direct the efforts of the farmers. This has proven to be a rewarding experience. And it doesn't stop there. This woman spent most of her time in Guaimaca in the kitchen, teaching young women how to prepare nutritious meals for their families.
We've made tomato sauce for the pizza. We've made peppers for the pizza. We've made a pudding, half of the pudding. We've made a cake. We have dough for pizza. We have dough for fried dough. And we have dough for bread. All in 40 hours time. What about the soup? Oh, in the soup, the cabbage soup with lots of potatoes and carrots and pasta, olive oil, garlic, and onion.
This was a special day, a lot of work, a lot of fun, and of course a lot of good food. But for most families in Honduras, rice and beans and a tortilla is generally the meal for the day. Housing is quite different. Most of the homes in Guaimaca have electricity and running water. However, many of the homes in the Aldeias do not. Things like couches and chairs and windows with screens are creature comforts and are not part of the lived experience. Most homes have a table and a stool, maybe a few plastic chairs, and of course an adobe stove that is used for all the cooking. Most of the homes in Honduras are built very simply, and yet it can take a very long time to complete because of the lack of money and supplies.
So we're at the home of Santa Elena and Cristobal and the 3 children, and we're on the site where their little house used to be. They've built a second house in a better location on this land, and they've made the bricks themselves. Cristobal has removed the clay from the side of this pit and made bricks by hand, one at a time. Let me get one. So this is the type of brick that he's made, and he makes many of these by hand using a form, lays them out in the sun to dry and harden. So after he's made enough bricks and they've dried and cured, then of course they're collected and stacked, and when he has enough collected, then he will add a wall. So this is the finished product of the house that Cristobal has built for his family.
It's not always easy to respond to a call from on high, to be really present there where the need arises, to be the helping hand, the instrument that is used by the Lord for the benefit of the others. We all know that charity is not an option. Charity is a duty, is a commandment, and to love each other as brothers and sisters, again, is not an option. It's a way of living, a way of being Christian. And that's what makes it real, the mission in Honduras.
Being part of this mission is just opening us to a wonderful collaboration, a beautiful solidarity, communion with our brothers and sisters, particularly in the diocese. And for us, it's a real privilege to be the ones here full time, dispensing God's compassion and generosity from all of you that are supporting us constantly in prayer and with financial resources, medications, and I know we are making life a little more human for a lot of our people here in the mission, being able to help children, go to school, being able to help families to have a better roof on their heads, being able to provide the milk that so many malnourished children can have on a more steady basis. And all this is thanks to this wonderful communion and solidarity of the church. So thank you so much. God bless you. And we are here and everybody's welcome anytime. Thank you very much.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his home. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's trying to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the lonely,
candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon